Hello, Commander. This is the Russian operational report, and we will be addressing the Russian forces as our forces and the Ukrainian forces as the enemy in this report. And comrade, so we will first focus on this Orikhiv sector. This is Orikhiv, and our forces have started conducting counteroffensive action against Robotini in the southwestern part of Verbove and Verbove. We are now conducting the counteroffensive, and we believe that the Ukrainian forces is pretty spent. Over in this region here, they have sent in foreign fighters to Novodanilivka and Maratomashka to probably be sent as reinforcement. The Ukrainian forces reportedly, according to our intel, is pretty spent. They are sending some of these assault forces that is supposed to be leading the charge back to the rear for rotations and to reinforce. And this probably is a good time for us to send in our offensive in the Robotini direction. But the Ukrainians are conducting the offensive in the north or northeastern part of Novoprokopivka. So this is something to take note. And the Ukrainians are unable to break through in Verbove, so we are conducting a counteroffensive, especially in the northwestern part, to push them back. In this region here, we are conducting raids and to keep them stuck along this tree line. This is the final tree line towards the Verbove, and we are holding the defense over at Verbove region. We are conducting offensive to push them out from this region here, or to just keep them there and stuck so that we can continue to grind them and destroy their forces as they come trickling in. So over in the Velika Novosibirsk sector, we are conducting multiple raids in Uruzhany region in the south of Rivnopil, towards Novodarivka in the north of Prione and at the Prione region. The Ukrainians are conducting some of their own attacks in the Prione region as well as well as Staromayoske, but pretty much we are just trying to hold the Ukrainians in this region here so that we can keep them distracted away from sending more forces into the Robotini Verbove region, and this so that they will not be able to send this reinforcement in that way in this direction, and continue to expand on their offensive. So by keeping them busy here, they will have to keep defense, because the Ukrainians are more sensitive to losing territory, land areas. So they cannot afford to lose land, because they have spent so much political capital as well as human capital, military forces, equipment to capture this land. They cannot afford to lose this, and this is a good way to keep them tied down. We also sent do some raids in the Mafopil region as well as Shivone region to the same effect, to draw them into the Huyai-Pole region, so that they have to react to us, and so that they cannot be send all these forces to reinforce and continue their offensive that is currently choking over at the Verbove and the Robotini region. And so that is the main thing. There is intel showing that the Ukrainian forces have sent a massive force across the Dnipro region towards the western part. Current intel suggests that they were likely to use this to hit Novokakhovka, but there's no clear way to know how they are going to cross the river at Dnipro. So I don't think this is something major to worry about just yet. And there is some Ukrainian raid into the Russian region, but nothing is not important because it was totally taken out. And we are continuing to do some raids over in the Sinkivka, Ivanivka, Kaislivka, Berestove, and a counterattack over at Novoselivsky. So this is to similarly to bring their attention back into this Kupiansk front region, to draw them away from the Backwood Front, because in the Backwood Front we are having a lot of problems. The Ukrainians are having the initiative in this region. They are fighting in the Klishevka region to expand their buffer zone in the eastern part of Klishevka, and they are expanding their their buffer zone around Andriivka as well. They're trying to capture Kodyomivka, Ozeryanivka, and even hitting Mayosk. So this offensive here is extremely difficult for our forces. We have to continue to hold them. We are holding them. The Ukrainians are not making a lot of progress per se. Reinforcement continue to be sent to this fronts. And to prevent the Ukrainians to continue to send more reinforcement or double down in this region, similar to the Robotine-Verbove region, this is why the Russians, our forces, have to continue to do these attacks in the Sinkivka and the Kupiansk front region, as well as this very humiliating problem of the Ukrainians re-entering Novoselivsky. We have to push them back. So this is the counter attack have to be done in the Novoselivsky region to recapture this settlement, which the Ukrainians seems to have a huge obsession over. So if they are obsessed over it, then we shall let them obsess over it. We also have launched some limited attack over in the Novoyehorivka region, since this is yet another settlement that they are very obsessed over. So we will keep them busy over there. So so this will hopefully draw some attention from Backwood Front over into the northern part, into Kupiansk and the Svetove front, and hopefully that will work. We continue to trade blows within the Serebryansky Forestry region. They are conducting offensive, we are conducting offensive, so that's something to note. And over in the northern part, we are doing some probes as well. This is a bit nearer, but hopefully this will also draw reinforcement away from the south of Bakhmut. So this is this limited. This is definitely not meant to be offensive. It's just a diversionary. Because this is critical. This is extremely critical. We do not want them to cut off this major highway, and that will spell disaster for the South Bakhmut region for our forces. And the Andriivka front region, there is continued pressure from the Ukrainians over in this region here. As a result, we conduct our own offensive to draw them away from their main vector. They are attacking the Krasnohorivka and Vasily region here. So we attack in the south of Andriivka and as well in the southeastern part of Zheveny. So we have to draw them away, so to react to us. But the Ukrainian forces seems to have more manpower, and this is going to be quite difficult. But we shall see. This is a pretty much a stalemate region in the Andriivka front, and also we also conducted this raid over in the Novodonetsky region, a small raid, small attack, similar thing. It's just to distract the Ukrainians from their main offensive, mainly in the South Bakhmut region, as well as the Robotine-Verbove region. Anyway, this is just a Russian operational report, speaking from a pro-Russian or Russian perspective. And so do press the like button, subscribe. Just a disclaimer, I'm neutral. This is just to report this from a Russian perspective. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next update.